We're taking on Cliff right here from Team Go Rocket, of course, with a challenge today. So I actually polled you guys and asked you, what kind of challenges would you want to see, since we do have other videos that are quote-unquote more serious about taking on these Team Go Rocket leaders. So today is really interesting. We've got the winning team there, kind of center right, and then of course on the left side is the losing team. I actually have the teams separated like this for a good reason. Like why would we show a losing team? Well, it's actually to illustrate that we are going up against Cliff right now using his old team. So remember, he was actually, we did face the Team Go Rocket leaders with different team lineups. This would have been in like November, and so now they have these new team lineups where Cliff, for instance, starts off with a Stantler. You saw that I started off with Meowth. That was almost like a free kill for him. The good thing about it, while it is a free kill, sure, the good thing about that Meowth is it'll do a tiny bit of damage, but it's more so to get that Stantler to stop. So Stantler is crazy, you guys know that, whether it has Zen Headbutt or especially if it has Tackle, it's going to be nuts. It's going to attack a lot, so you really want to shut it down. And so one of the things actually was that Meowth actually fainting did shut it down for a good 3 seconds. And so whatever that's worth, to you, you can take that what it is, I guess, or take that for what it is, I should say. So the other one was Tyranitar. It is interesting. He has a Tyranitar in his current team, and he had a Tyranitar in the old team. And so really it's going to come down to the middle Pokemon, though, that I wanted to highlight and why I have two teams right here. One's the losing and one's the winning. This is literally by one power-up that middle right team wins. So let me go ahead and jump straight into the point. It's actually going to be Flygon. So Flygon was surprisingly key here, and trying to use Cliff's old team against his new team doesn't always work out the best. I mean, I also didn't necessarily prepare with movesets and all that. I didn't want to TM any of my moves and try to change them around or anything related, just to try to get this where it needed to be. But I think for the most part, what they had already was okay. Tyranitar with Bite Crunch. I would say the unfortunate thing about Crunch, it is a 3-bar charge move, but it takes kind of a long time to get that energy up when it's got Bite Crunch. So here's the Flygons out here right now, entirely ground set, but they are one power up apart. So of course the Flygon on the losing team was 2396 on the CP. Same exact Flygon as 2415. You're gonna notice right here we're doing one last Earth Power before the match is gonna end, and ground is super effective against that Tyranitar. So this was one of the only Pokemon I think I could use viably against this lineup. And look at that, we actually had one hit away with that Flygon on the losing team, and it did faint before the Flygon, of course, for the winning team, just with that one simple power-up. So it just kind of goes to show you, I guess, that you could win by one significant power-up away, is what you could be. And so we do get a chance at catching the Shadow Stantler. It is not shiny, but of course, ladies and gentlemen, I do a lot of these videos. This must have been like the 5th time we faced Cliff on this channel. I've done it many other times off of the channel or whatever for live streams and whatnot. I guess that's still on the channel, but it's live. And so the point is, you can see all of those videos with the end screens that'll be on screen later on, but maybe we should recap. Of course, Cliff had a lot of Pokemon that were on his old team that I guess we could use, but some of them overlap a little bit with the new team. For instance, Tyranitar, Torterra being in there at that last spot. Meowth almost wasted, but it wasn't a complete waste in that it got a little bit of damage and it stopped the Stantler, because anytime one of your Pokemon faints or one of their Pokemon faints, they're gonna wait for 3 seconds before attacking again. The same goes for if you use a charge attack or if they use a charge attack, regardless of shielding or not. And so Tyranitar, obviously really beefy, and I had mine pretty powered up. I mean, it was like a 98% and pretty much fully powered. Bite Crunch, an okay combination, usually good in the meta for the gyms and all that, but for these rocket battles, it was quite a fight, I would say. If that Electivire that Cliff had fighting moves, for instance, low kick as its fast attack, this probably would have been a different story. So we were very, very fortunate that it did not. And so Flygon going in there would have been also super effective, would have been fine against the Electivire, but it was good to only need that Flygon kind of at the end right there for its Earth Power. Was super effective against that Tyranitar. Try to shut it down as much as you can. That Tyranitar did have Iron Tail, and our Flygon won by only basically 1 attack, 2 attacks, something like that, after being powered up only once more than the losing Flygon. So again, we have end screens for you on screen right now. There will also be a playlist for all of these Team Go Rocket videos. All of the leaders have been highlighted to include Giovanni. That'll be in the description and the top pinned comment. Click the join button if you want to support above and beyond and look at the perks that you're going to get from that, and I really appreciate it. We'll have challenges for Sierra and Arlo coming up. One of them is going to be 1500 or below CP Pokemon, as you guys have asked for, so that's coming, and I'll catch you guys on the the next vid.
And thanks for viewing.
Just might go and blast them up. So get these fools on my side. Let's just hope they're fast enough. So don't be the one to